Hi guys, today I'm going to show you the new palette from Bella Beaute Bar, which is called the Basic Witch palette. This palette has not launched yet, assuming I'm able to get the video up before it launches, which is going to be on the 8th at 12 EST, 12 p.m. EST. I will have the information down below in my description box, but when I got this sent in PR, I was so excited because the color story of this palette is so cool, and I feel like this is going to be one of my favorite Halloween-y releases of the year because this color story just speaks to me so much. And like I always do in my multiple looks videos now, I've already done 2 looks with this and I've had such a good time, and I'm excited to do a 3rd look on camera as well as show you the looks that I've done. So without further blabbering, I think we should just go ahead and get into doing a look with this because I don't have a ton of time right now because I have a appointment at a hairdresser in not very long, so I just want to finish getting ready. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna get like an all-over color and a haircut because I haven't had a haircut or had my hair done in I don't even know, 6 months, and honestly it's been so nice to just not have colorful hair anymore because the maintenance on that is such a pain in the ass and it's expensive. And yeah, it's nice to have very low maintenance hair now, but I do feel like I need a little refresh. And since I stopped kind of dyeing my hair, I've realized that, you know what, I have gray hairs. When did this happen? When did I become old? I know people get gray hairs when they're younger than I am. I'm 35 right now, but man, I saw it and I was like, okay, I guess it's that time for me too. And I have nothing against having gray hairs. Honestly, I think it's kind of cute. But at the same time, it's I kind of want to cover them because it looks better without them, you know? So yeah, I'm just gonna get a little color refresh. And I can also tell on the ends, you can still see that it's a little bit, you probably can't see it, but it almost has a little bit of a green tint to it underneath because obviously there's been a lot that's happened to this hair over the past few years. So yeah, I'm not surprised that all the things are kind of poking through a little bit now, but honestly the place I went to last, I would just say the same place I'm going to today, the dye that they used, I think it was a demi-permanent, and it stayed in my hair so well. So I'm actually excited to go to that same place again. I'm a little sad though because the guy that I had last time was awesome and he doesn't work there anymore apparently, so I'm not gonna be able to see him anymore, which is kind of frustrating because now I have to worry about dealing with getting to know a new person, which I'm an introvert, so can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I mean, what are you gonna do, right? So I'm thinking for this look, I really want to use this row here, maybe even just all these 4. That could be kind of fun. I haven't really used the green yet, and I really want to use this shade. So I'm thinking I'll do a big wing. I don't really want to do anything underneath my eye today because, like I said, I'm going to the hairdresser and my eyes might start watering or something like that. So I'm going to use this shade, I think, to create the wing. I'll do a little bit of this in the front portion of my lid and then do these 2 on my lid. So I'm going to start with this one on an angled brush. So yeah, the last hairdresser that I had, he was great. He was exactly what I would want a hairdresser to be. He was very nice and polite, and he wasn't really initiating conversation unless I seemed like I wanted to talk. And in the beginning, sometimes, when you start to see someone new, you kind of want to be nice and feel it out and see if they want to talk, and maybe if they want to talk, you'll talk. But I really got the impression that he really didn't give a shit if you wanted to talk or not. And so the first time I saw him, we kind of tried to have a little bit of, small talk, but I think we both realized that it was just better not to. And it was just great because then I could just kind of sit and chill and not worry about it for the rest of the time I was there. He was doing my hair. We were both just kind of quiet. I was on my phone, which is the way that I wanted to be. So yeah, now I have to get to know someone else, which I'm not like I said, looking forward to, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Just hope they do a good job. I'm honestly not that picky when it comes to my hair. As long as they put an all over color in and give me a couple layers, we're fine. It's very tough for me to be disappointed when I'm just gonna get something super easy done. So I feel like I'm a pretty easy client for the most part, but we'll see what happens. I'm just excited to be done with it when it's done because I really feel like I just need a little refresh right now. So I'm just doing my big wing for hooded eyes technique. I can link that video up in the corner if you haven't seen it already, but I'm just kind of creating the outline that I want my wing shape to be here, and then just filling it in with the shadow. I should probably go in with a bit of a larger brush because this is not, it's taking a little bit too long, and these are definitely not even, so it just takes a little while to go back and forth to make sure that they are symmetrical and even in thickness. Just gonna switch to a large pencil brush here and just make sure I get as much shadow on this outer corner that I'm able to, just to make it very nice and even and smooth. Gonna pull it in on my lid a little bit so that when I put on the shimmers they have something to blend into. And I'm gonna keep this mostly in like a graphic shape. So I think these are even-ish, which is probably as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna take a small fluffy brush here and go into the green shade, which is called Creep It Real, which is this one. And I'm just gonna use some of that in the front portion of my crease, just like right here. So this is gonna be a very nice Halloween-y type look with the colors that we have going on. And I love that. I'm not really someone who's like, you know, big on Halloween. I don't really dress up or care that much for the actual holiday, but I like the colors and the feelings that are surrounding it. So anytime like Halloween palettes come out, I'm usually pretty excited because I feel like the color stories in Halloween palettes are right up my alley. So I think that is looking really, really cool. I'm gonna just gently blend that out. I don't want like a ton of this shade. I just want it really in the front here. So I think this is pretty much where I'm going to leave it. I'm just gonna take the tiniest bit more of that purple shade, just bring it in on my lid a little bit more. All right, and then for the fun stuff, I'm so excited to use these two shimmers because I just know I'm going to love them so much. I am taking some glitter primer because I know they're gonna perform even better when I do. So I'm just gonna put that glitter primer basically all over where I plan on putting the shimmers. And I'm gonna start with a shade called Hocus Pocus, which is this one, and I'm gonna blend it into this one on the outer corner. So we're gonna start with a lighter one first. And these just swatched so beautifully. I love the shimmers from Bella Beaute. Oh my god, look at that. That's so pretty. Oh, I love that. I love that so much, and I'm probably gonna end up putting on way too much of it because when I see a shimmer like this, sometimes I just can't help myself and I feel like I cover all of my eyelid with like one color. But I do want to make sure that I have room for the other one too, because I know that one is also going to be so pretty. And the other two looks that I've done were definitely a little more simple than this one. So I try to do a little bit of everything in these videos. You know, I like doing some graphic looks like this from time to time, but I also enjoy doing easier looks where I just use a couple of shades and don't worry so much about like the shape of things and just do like a very basic eyeshadow shape. I'm next gonna take the blue shade, which is called Cauldron, and I'm gonna use that in this area just to fill in the gap. That is also just so pretty. Oh my god, I love the formula of these two. Like they're very smooth and like kind of thin, but also you can build them up to be really opaque if you want to, but you can also sheer them out, which I really love a formula that's versatile like this because there's so many ways you can use it. Oh, that is so pretty. Like I should not be taking this all over that purple, but I can't help myself. I am gonna go back and over with the purple though and just make sure I get a good blend between the two, but oh my god, this is gorgeous. Like I love this. I think this is pretty much all I'm gonna do for the shadows. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like finesse this a little bit. Like I said, I don't have a ton of time right now, so I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and finish off with this look. I'll throw on some lashes and stuff like that, and I'll come back and show you the other two looks that I've done as well. Okay, so excuse my glue if it hasn't completely dried yet. If you can see spots, that's just because I just put them on. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you the other two looks that I've done with this palette. And like I said, I've had so much fun with this, and so far my thoughts when it comes to the formula on this palette is that this is definitely like the good Bella Beauty Bar formula. I think that ever since they came out with like their pastel palette, they've had a really nice formula. I did have a couple of issues with like some of the pastels in that palette, but overall, like ever since then, their mattes have been fantastic. Their shimmers are beautiful as always, and I just think that the color combination in this palette is very unique and special. Maybe like there's been kind of similar palettes, but I feel like the combination between the mattes and like the special shimmers is what makes this palette unique. And I think that the multi-chromes in here, or like the duo multi-chromes, I don't know if they are multi-chromes, I'm pretty sure like 3 of them are at least, are so pretty. And I have to say that I haven't had any problems with creasing with any of them, and that is very rare for me. Usually multi-chromes are the ones that tend to crease the most just because of like how smooth they tend to be. So I'm very happy with this palette, and I'm really excited to, you know, play with this more. I can easily see this becoming a companion palette for me together with other things, or even just using it on its own too. So yeah, I think that if you like the color story of this palette, and I mean, do you want to buy it for the theme? That's fine too if you're into Halloween palettes, but I think if you like the color story on this, and maybe you haven't tried Bella Beauty Bar before, like this would be a great place to start. And if you have tried Bella Beauty Bar and you like the other palettes that you have, you're gonna love this. Like, I really don't have anything bad to say about this palette. I don't think that there's anything that I could even nitpick about. Maybe like I would change the color story slightly, but honestly, I think the color story is so fun. Yeah, I think it's really nice, and I'm very happy that I have it in my collection, and I think if any of you pick it up, you're gonna probably love this palette too. I'd be very surprised if you didn't. So I hope you enjoyed the looks. I did try to do 2 looks that were, you know, like simpler than the one that I'm wearing today, but I also wanted to just play with these tones today because it's just sort of what I was feeling, and I feel like this palette is very like pink and purple heavy. So I wanted to show that you could do something that's not pink and purple with this palette as well if you wanted to. So yeah, let me know if you plan on picking this up. Let me know if this is your color story. Are there any other Halloween releases that you've seen yet that you're excited about? Because I feel like I've been kind of bad at like following the new makeup releases in the past couple of weeks. So let me know down below what you're excited about, what you plan on picking up, because I'm always looking for new things to review and pick up myself. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. I also do have a code with Bella Beauty Bar. I probably put it on the screen in the beginning, but I'm terrible at mentioning my codes. It's just Annette for 10% off. It's affiliated, just so you know. But that's gonna basically sum up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more Bella Beauty Bar content, I'll put my playlist up on the screen. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.